What's up guys, it's CM Boom back with another video. Today we are back on the topic of Xdefiant Ranked. I know, it's been a minute since we played Xdefiant Ranked, but it has been just over a week since Xdefiant launched its 1.3 update. This update brought about a new map to the game as well as aimed to bring some fixes to the rank mode. It was also detailed in Ubisoft's Xdebrief that some features would be coming to Ranked later this season, as well as some of the features that will be coming in Season 2. Reminder that you can catch me over on Twitch on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we play games and discuss things all FPS, so drop by and let's have some fun. Okay, so, Update 1.3. The big thing that it was meant to address was the whole issue of games not starting with full lobbies. If you guys know that when Xdefiant Ranked launched, amongst a slew of bugs and issues, one of the larger issues that was happening was ranked matches were starting without a full lobby of players, meaning that games were starting uneven teams, 3v4, sometimes 2v4. Well, update 1.3 changed the matchmaking process so that lobbies will no longer start unless all 8 players are in the lobby. And this will occur and happen all the way up until the game's time starts. Up until the game starts, the game will constantly be checking for a full lobby of players. That's through the map voting process, through the operator select, and through the weapon select screen. If at any point somebody leaves or disconnects, the game will not start and it will put everybody back in the lobby and you will queue up looking for a full lobby of players. That, however, does not stop players from leaving as soon as the game starts. And that's kind of where I want to talk about. So it has been some time since I myself have played Xdefiant Ranked because just like everybody else, I wasn't having fun with all of the issues that were happening, especially some of the major bugs. I know I talked about in my last Xdefiant video that I was getting a bug where if I was moving and throwing a grenade, the grenade would not get thrown. There was also issues with grenades despawning upon death. So like if I had thrown a grenade and stuck somebody with a sticky grenade, if they killed me, my grenade would despawn off their body and I wouldn't get a post-mortem kill. That stuff has been fixed. And so I wanted to try to get back into ranked, especially with, again, this big update of matches no longer starting in a 3v4 situation. So my first match on, the game loaded up perfectly and we started, but as you would have it, probably maybe 30 seconds to a minute in, someone on our team left and we had to play a game 3v4. So that does kind of still stink. I mean, it really does stink because yes, while these matches are being prevented from starting at 3v4, there's nothing there keeping them from ending 3v4. So and that happened my first couple games on, I think. I actually had Mike Shaky. He joined up again. He was here for the last Xdefiant stream. And we had, I think our first game on together, yeah, we had a teammate leave as well. So it was another 3v4. And that was rough because, again, we were playing at a disadvantage. It was good to see that the match started full, but there really does need to be something done about players leaving. And that brings me to the next topic of RP distributions. The bug that was granting 0 RP for people winning was fixed. That was fixed, but what I really want to talk about too is RP distributions for uneven players, uneven teams, and that type of stuff. So it was talked about in the XD brief that if a player leaves on your team and you are 3v4, if you lose, you are losing a discounted RP. Not 0 RP, you're losing a discounted RP. It was explained that if they feel the imbalance is too great, which I would assume meaning 2v4, that you will have total match loss protection and not lose any RP. In my opinion, the whole discounted RP thing should not be there. If you are on a team that is 3v4 because somebody left and you lose, total match loss protection should kick in. We've seen that in other games. That is kind of just a standard that if you are on a team that is uneven, no matter how uneven it is, 3v4, 2v4, 1v4, you have RP protection. That is something that I felt should have been there at launch. And I can see where they're coming from with the whole discounted RP thing, but really, it just needs to be total loss protection no matter the unevenness of the team. 3v4, 2v4, 1v4, it should be total loss protection. That's how I view it. I think there's a lot of people in the community view it that way, and that's a really, really big thing for me, because it would be a lot less frustrating playing this game 3v4 if I knew I was going to be protected. Going back to Call of Duty, when those situations happen, because people still do leave regardless of penalties and sanctions, people will still leave. Some people just don't care. It is something that in this game, I know I have to keep trying to win or keep trying to do well enough so I don't lose as much RP. I think in the first match where I had somebody leave, I lost 30 RP, which is crazy. It was 3v4 and I lost 30 RP. Now that's supposed to be a discounted value of RP, which 30 is not discounted. 30 is sometimes like the maximum amount of RP you can lose for losing a match, which is crazy. But, in Call of Duty, as soon as someone leaves, you have that RP protection, so you can kind of take it a little bit easier on the rest of your match and just kind of go, oh, well, I'm not going to lose any RP, so I don't feel like I have to continue trying or get us frustrated when we lose, because I know I'm going to be protected. Later in Season 1, it was detailed that we will have faction ability restrictions. That was something that a lot of people, including myself, feel that should have been there at launch, as we are having trouble with a lot of teams are seemingly running Phantoms, which is the big issue. Phantoms have an extra 20 health as their passive, and we're running into a lot of 4 stacks of every person on the team just playing Phantom with the mag barrier, and it can be very, very frustrating, especially for some hardpoint maps, as you run to a new hill and the whole team's there and they've already got 4 mag barriers up and it's impossible to get around them. EMPs do help with taking down mag barriers, but it's still having to deal with that extra 20 health on top of the mag barriers. That's very frustrating. So it's good to see that restriction will be coming later this season. So we'll be having it this season. It won't be till next season. It'll be there. We'll have it so that only one person can have a unique ability per team. That means we can still get double Phantoms, but they won't be able to both run mag barrier. One will have to use the blitz shield, the other will have to use the mag barrier, and so on and so forth. So that's something that'll be nice. Something that, again, should have probably been there at launch, but it's good that it's coming either way. And yeah, that's going to be amazing. It's also detailed that in Season 2, we're going to see more sanctions for people leaving matches, including time matchmaking bans. We'll see these matchmaking bans where it's like, you may not be able to play for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and if you keep leaving, it could be upwards of hour, 2 hours. So that's something that's very nice to see coming, something to look forward to. Also, it was explained that if you progressively leave, you will have stronger RP penalty losses. It's already being updated that now if you leave a match, instead of 40 RP, you're losing 50 RP, so a heftier penalty. But in the future, repeated leaving and repeated quitting will result in bigger RP losses. So, with all of these updates and features that have said to be coming later this season, and then Xdefiant has said that, we want these features in ranked, such as the faction ability restrictions and the RP sanctions and all these other things, it does beg the question of, should ranked have just been delayed? Now, I say this because if we look at, I guess, kind of the state that ranked launched in, it was not received very well as the Season 1 update kind of breaking a lot of things in the game. It almost, you have to think, well, maybe we should have just waited till Season 2. And if you think about with Call of Duty, and I know I relate to Call of Duty a lot, but that's the game that the Xdefiant is going to be most directly compared to because they are so similar. If you think about Call of Duty, we usually don't get ranked until Season 2 anyway. I know we had it in Season 1 Reloaded this year, but the year previous, it was in Season 2, and so kind of having to wait until the second season is something that a lot of people, myself included, are kind of used to waiting for anyway. And I know that if Xdefiant had gone, hey, we can't get these features out in season 1, but we really want to have them, so we're going to delay this to season 2 so that we can have a more flushed out ranked experience, and so that we wouldn't have to go through all of these issues of ranked launching and being a huge mess. I know personally that I would have preferred that and would have just rather had them launch it in season 2. But that's it. While these updates are definitely an improvement, I feel there needs to be more done before ranked is in the spot that it needs to be. I do have faith in the team, and I know they're working hard, but I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Was this update enough to bring you back to try out ranked again? Do you feel ranked should have been delayed? And are you excited for the future of ranked? Let me know in the comments below. And also go check out Mike Shaky over on Twitch, and I will catch you guys in the next one.